I'm Kamaya.
Hi, I'm Jaquavius.
This is our project about bees and pollinators.
Did you know that pollinators come in all different shapes and sizes? They are not just bees. Pollinators could be the fly that you see flying around, or the moth that you got scared of last night. Either way, they are pollinators. Now, my main question is what do you think will happen if they all just disappear?
Without bees, majority of our plant species would die. A lot of our, vegetables, fruits, roots and stuff like that would cease to exist. Potatoes, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, raspberry, all the berries, all the fruits, all that gone because bees mainly pollinate them. While there are many different ways to, pollinate without bees, human pollination, water pollination, air pollination, it would not be the same thanks to the fact that bees work as a hive mind and are so plentiful that they can just go around pollinating thousands of plants at the same time. If we lost bees, the effect would be catastrophic for everyone. Prices would go up, quality would go way down, food would be hard and expensive to find, and no one would be okay.
Today we're with Mr. Casella. We're going to ask him if he thinks pollinators are important or they should just die off. So, Mr. Casella, do you think pollinators are important? Do you think we should slow down on deforestation?
I think they are very important for our ecosystem, right? Without them, we wouldn't have pollination, so that's obviously an important role. And with the deforestation, I think, like anything else in this world, there's a healthy balance between. Since the beginning of time, cavemans have been chopping down trees to use it for firewood. I mean, we use it for more sophisticated reasons than that, but we can't just go around the world chopping down every tree and getting rid of every forest, for our factories or whatever the case may be. So I think there's a healthy balance for those two things, and we also have to be mindful. If we take down a tree, what is that doing to our environment as well?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Just as Jaquavius was saying, if all pollinators were to die off, the world would go into very mad chaos. There would be fights, robbery, killing, basically a purge. The world would just burn. We need our food. And in the words of Mr. V, take someone's food. See how quick they try and fight you.
Butterflies and moths are lesser known pollinators, but just as important as bees. Thanks to the fact that while butterflies and moths are in the same family, they operate completely and totally different. Butterflies prefer, bright, bright yellow flowers, in the daytime. And they go around sucking the nectar out, and they get the pollen on their little bug legs, and they fly around to each plant, getting all that good nectar, and they're trying to get that food, and they're spreading it around, spreading the pollen around with their legs, and little tongue and everything. Moths, on the other hand, they do the same thing, but at night. They prefer bright, bright, bright white flowers, and they basically do the same thing. Except they eat a lot more, so they technically pollinate more than butterflies do.
Now, you're probably thinking, what did we do to get the population of pollinators so dramatically low? I could say that it's because of overpopulation, the waste of food, the waste of anything in general. Although those are problems, those aren't the main reason that they're so low. The main reason that I would say is our electricity. Yes, our cell phones, our smartwatches, our cars, our televisions, our solar panels, all of that can get I want to say a deflector with our pollinators, and they're dying off. They're doing things that they shouldn't normally do. Now I know we all do need our electronics for most of the time, but We don't have to go all day looking at our phone screen. Then we're killing at least a bee a day. It's not like keep an apple a day to keep the doctor away. It's very different. We need bees to make the apples to keep the doctors away. Most pollinators will be females, especially with the bee species, but moths and butterflies are neither male nor female. Bats are pollinators, but they are one of the lesser known pollinators, just like flies, moths. But the food that they pollinate is really used in a lot of people's day to day lives, like cocoa, guava, mangoes, and bananas. I eat one almost every morning. So we do need bats just as much as we need bees. How would you feel if you walked out your house and you saw a beautiful patch of flowers, but what was on it was nothing but flies? Even though flies do seem to be around nothing but stinky food, they actually do like to be around certain kind of flowers. They do get nutrients and food from it as well as if they were over a trash can or an old plate of food. But it's a certain type of flower. Like take the sunflower for instance. They love those because they have dry and poor soil, most like dirt. So flies, they're not all bad. They pollinate and they eat our trash. That sounds like a win-win for everyone. I would like to end this video off with just saying save all pollinators, not just bees. Don't discriminate against the flies, the moths, or the bats. No matter how weird that may seem that they're pollinators. Anyways, love all pollinators. Roll the credits, please.